Battle for Holy Land, battle for good over evil, liberation, release from bondage, enlightenment, overcoming death. In how many ways can we say, hey, stop that, you had enough? Whether it's an activity, a stage in life, or in the end you retire and you say, that's it for me, I'm done. Stories of battles of gods and saints and sages and prophets. They represent the individual's condition and their expression of overcoming. In the story, The 11th Hour, I said, when it's my time to do meditation and yoga, I will know. So there is no hurry. In one story, I said, you cannot think of death and dying. You cannot think yourself to death. At some point, you have to be killed. Last night, I dreamt I saw the moon coming up from behind the clouds. And as the moon was bright white moon. And in that moon, I saw a black image that looks like a warrior holding a weapon. I thought this is a strange image to see in the moon. I never heard anything like that. I looked at it for a while. Okay, then I passed on. And today I am thinking, my time is come. I should engage. Now let's consider the possibilities. In the Hindu story of Angad going to Ravan's court, this is a story of avoidance and restraint, maintaining a certain idea, objective, that nothing touches me, whatever comes. So I call this one avoidance and restraint. In the Kung Fu story, where there's a celebration, festival, something, and the students are ecstatic. Some bad guys came into the temple. They destroyed the celebration. They fought with the masters and left. Then we see Kwai Chan King. He goes and pays money to these bad guys, and they call that congratulate them for a good show. See, one student is the son of the master Kwai Chan King, right? So, see, this fight was constructed for the benefit of the students. How it says is that one cannot give up what brings joy. Therefore, it has to be taken from them. Or they should be brought to a situation where they see no pleasure, it is broken. And this one we call dragon claws. Now, in the Greek myth of Orpheus and, what's that name? Eurydice, something like that. Huh? Anyway, Orpheus. You have to see the story as self-realization by way of introspection. In the Hindu story of Vishwamitra and the birth of Love and Kush, you have to see the story as overcoming by way of change, effort, and practice. You try hard to do something else, right? Now, in my story of wielding the Pashupata, this one is a story of rejection by negation. Well, something like that. Now, Kwai Chan King said, if you are lost in the forest, you look back, then you look forward, and you see what has changed. And you go there, you deal with that. Now, What we are saying is that when you sit down, but yoga and meditation, they work at the same time, you know. So whatever comes to mind, you will feel somewhere in the body. And with the yoga exercise, you, what do you call that? You pacify that situation, or you dissolve that emotion. And this is the yoga exercise. But for me, in my story, the one I call my first story, you learn the secrets of living and dying, and you choose to die whenever you feel like it, or to engage whenever you feel like it. This is also the conclusion in the story of the sage, a sage story. When he says, you know who stands before you? A man who can be thrusted through with a sword without a blink of an eye. That is to say that I have the choice. I could die, means I could engage, or I could just stay here and do nothing. And I say, I will take a nap now. I will pick it up again tomorrow. So how is your battle? We are in the parlor. Say something. I am Aten Raj Indra Nath, interpreter.